Okay, so now we got to go on to the starting.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Stay Fishy Friday. We are your hosts. I'm Josh.
I'm your favorite host, Big Ridge.
No one likes a gloater over here, all right? All right, so starting off out of the gate, we're going to start off with the mom update.
Okay, right off with the rip. Okay. Let me put the Tracy background on because y'all love seeing that. Where's it at? There it is. Tracy slideshow. There she is. She put out so much work. She always hung with me. She was right there with me doing every bit of work I'm doing around here. She was, I miss her. Look at her. Her and Crispy carrying fish. That's amazing. Okay, so this week, she has done so well. And every single day, look at her back there flexing. She has done so well this week. Every day after her bath, we put her in her chair now. And, you know, because I only sleep from 8 till 10. And that's when I get my best sleep. Because I get 15 minutes every hour all night long. But 8 to 10 is my best sleep. So I get up and I help Mara. We get the bath going. We clean her up. And then we get her dressed in clothes and put her in her wheelchair in front of the TV. It's 3 days now. She's done this every single day. And she holds her head up. It's so amazing to see. And then today when I went in the kitchen for something, I came back in, she was kind of like looking down a little bit. And I'm like, Tracy. And she went like this. And she looked back at the TV again. And I'm like, oh my God, she lifted her head. That was great. I've never seen that before. So not only can she hold her head up, she actually lift her head a little bit. So she's doing really good. I'd like to say the drinking word tonight is Mara, because we're going to be talking about Mara a lot. She's something else, and we're going to be talking about her. So, back with Tracy. She's doing so well. She's coughing up so good. She's not having no more blood problems since they fixed that thing in her neck. All these problems are gone. We're getting into the routine of how to take care of her with this mist machine on her, and it keeps her lungs nice and moist. It's getting easier. And now with the weather not so hot, we can start taking her outside all the time. We didn't want to take her outside when it's 89 degrees, wrapped in clothes, and then try and walk her around the block type thing. But now that it's staying in the 70, 72 area, we can take her outside. And, you know, I believe it's doing a lot of good, a lot of help, because, you know, she is just a little pistol. She's moving. I have to put straps on the side of the bed up to the Hoyer lift and jack the Hoyer lift up to hold the straps tight and put a pillow on each of the straps. Because when she's on one side, she moves her legs so they're coming off the bed now. And then I put them back up, and then she does it again. So I have to have some sort of blockage there where she can't move her legs off the bed. And I'm telling you, when you go to change her and you're moving her around, you want her knees up, and then you want to like push her that way, to roll her that way. And then I try and like hold her one knee, and I pull the other knee wide and trap it between my two arms. And I go to put the brief on and stuff, and she takes one leg and puts it down. I'm like, Tracy, I'm trying to get you dressed. She's not working with me. She's moving the way she wants to move now, which is amazing to see. I love it. So yeah, it makes my job a little harder, but that's okay. You know, she's moving a lot more, and she's doing a lot more. So I'm liking it. And then with her holding her head up like this, and she's just something else. So I'm not, you know, I've got nothing but good things to say this week about, you know, Tracy and her progress. You know, I tell her every time she looks my way when I talk to her, I kiss her on her forehead, and, you know, I got her a little red spot on her forehead where I kiss her so much now. And, you know, she's doing really good. She's doing really good. So it's just a waiting game. Let them neurons make connections again. And, she's there. You can tell she's there. You know, I give her a little taste like peanut butter or syrup in her mouth. I made the mistake. Oh my God. This hurt my soul. I took a little bit of ice cream on her, and I opened up her lips and I put the ice cream in there, and she instantly went to crying. And I'm like, oh my God, what's the matter? What's the matter? And she was like yelping, crying, Here, we found a little cavity on the inside of her tooth. And I put ice cold ice cream right on her, Oh my God, I felt so bad. I felt like such an idiot. I'm trying to, give her a little bit of a treat, because, she can taste. So I'm trying to give her a treat. And that hurt my heart. I mean, she went to, like a baby you stole the, candy from. She went to immediate crying. It was terrible. I hated that. But so now I know not to give her nothing cold. And we've been on the phone all week trying to find a dentist that will actually come out to your house. They have something like that. I found the guy's number and he's willing to come here, but he's booked up for like 2 months. So we're going to get Tracy's cavity fixed on her tooth, and we should be all good after that. But with all these programs like this and stuff that they're doing, it takes time. So we're going to have to, it ain't like we're taking her into a doctor's office and we're waiting our turn. No, we're waiting them to come here. So that's great. Whenever you can get to it, that'd be awesome. So we're loving that. She's doing so good. And I got the nurses. They like to take Tracy's hair and tie it in a bun up top so there's no mess and it's all out of her way. I keep telling them, Tracy never had long hair. She always complained that she couldn't grow her hair as long as mine, but she constantly curled it and air blowed it and hairspray and brush it so many times a day. I was like, just leave it alone and it'll grow. And that's what we've done. And her hair is so long right now. So I was trying to get the nurses. I showed them, every time you pull that scrunchie out, look how many pieces of hair are in here. And you clean that off and you throw that away. That's hair you're pulling out. Just take her hair and put it up above her head, and just leave it. It's out of our way and nothing's pulling it out. When she comes back and wakes up, she's going to have the longest hair she's had since I've known her in 35 years. It's already longer than I've ever seen it. And she's going to be super happy with that. So, but it's hard telling Mara something. she's a strong woman. She knows exactly what she wants. She's Tracy's advocate. I get all that. But, me and her go at it sometimes, she's, I tell her, Tracy is the type of person that never, you see all these pictures? She never wore a low cut shirt. Hated them. Hated the attention she got from guys. Hated it. Always wore a t-shirt up here. Well, also, she wore a bra for the last 35 years, even sleeping. She never took it off. She always had a bra on. And the nurse wasn't listening to me on this. I'm like, well, if you're Tracy's advocate, then you'd want a bra on her. Oh, no, I'm a woman and I know it gets uncomfortable. Okay, fine, but that's what Tracy wanted. I've never seen her without a bra. And now she's been like a year in this bed with no bra. So, I mean, if that's what you want is to make her happy, then that's what she would like. She always wore a bra. So now the nurse found a couple that she likes, and now Tracy's wearing a bra all the time now. Because I don't know how many people I said that if Tracy wakes up right now and finds out she's sitting here in the living room with no bra on, she's going to have my ass. she would be so mad at me. But that's just our Tracy. She's something else. So, but she's doing great, and I love the way the week went. There's been no problems. I'm liking it. So, here's to Tracy.
Colin Doyle for $20. He says, "Great news, sir. You're a good man, Big Rich.
Aw,
Mara,
thanks, Colin.
Mara.
Already starting with the Maras. Hang on, I got my Ohio Fish Rescue Cup. Where's yours?
In the cabinet.
Oh, Josh. This is product placement at its best right here, buddy.
You got it. You want to introduce guest behind us?
Who's behind us?
You tell me.
This is our one of our favorite community service or volunteers. That's what I want. This is John Doe. You guys. Sorry, didn't mean to say that. I was looking for the word. Volunteers. He comes out. He works 6 days a week, and he comes out here and spends his day off helping us here. Always been there. Always been a great worker. So he was coming out, and I was like, well, why don't you be on the show? So everybody, John Doe. And don't think I haven't made fun of him because of that name. That is his name. But it's spelled Jawn, John, and then Doe, Dough. It's not John Doe, like Jondoe,
I'm going to say this one time, and I'm going to say this one time only. Keep politics out of the chat. What my dad posts on his personal Facebook is up to him. He doesn't have to friend everyone on Facebook, so leave it at that. Let's have a good time. Thank you. Moving on.
I take it there was some politics in there. I wasn't putting it for politics or to the discussion of politics. I put up some things that was pretty funny about Biden. So
yeah, but everyone has their own opinion.
That's okay. And I told everybody, you guys don't need to argue about this. I posted it to be funny. Here's the funny picture. Here's the funny story. You know, take it for it's all light and joking. I'm not pushing any of my politics on anybody, and I don't want anybody else pushing their politics on anybody else. So it's just there to have fun. It was a picture of Biden with a Hitler mustache.
I mean, that's why 99% of everyone who requests me on Facebook, I don't accept.
Why?
Because for one, your feed is then flooded with a bunch of people you don't know personally.
Oh, no, I know all of my friends.
You have no privacy.
I got like 4,000 friends on there, and I know each and every one of them. Wouldn't you guys not all ask me to dinner at your house? That's a friend.
If you walked by them, you wouldn't be able to point them out.
Sure, they're the ones going, oh my God, it's Big Rich.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Okay, so anyways, next, let's talk about Mara. What a saint she has been for us, hasn't she? She came in, she takes over. I used to do all the inventory of the stuff coming in and calling the doctors and all that. No, she's on it. She takes inventory and she keeps her paperwork and all that. I used to throw it away after I marked off, okay, we got this, this, and this. No, Mara keeps a complete record in her drawer of every shipment we got in and what's missing and did it get made up and all this kind of stuff. So she took over that. And then, she does all the Tracy's laundry for her and stuff. And, I love that. Evelyn does the same thing, our other nurse. And, but Mara, she's on the phone calls. It don't have to be me no more. I can go in and go to bed 8 o'clock in the morning when I hand off to Mara. And then I can go to bed. By the time I wake up, she's like, oh, the new wheelchair is approved and we're, in 2 weeks it'll be here. Oh, thank you. Nice. Oh, and I got Tracy another doctor's appointment with this doctor for that reason. And I'm like, okay, thank you. She's writing it on my calendar, so I keep going. Oh, she's the greatest. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing without, before Mara. This is all new to me, but I was handling it. I worked for 7 months, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, taking care of Tracy. And I thought no one else would be able to handle this. And, I was just losing my mind. And then when we got nurses in, they took over some of the work. But, I had a problem with now I'm trying to go to sleep and sleep the whole time the nurses are here. And then I couldn't fall asleep every 15 minutes on the hour all night long because I had a long sleep because the nurse was here. So we learned how to handle that is I only take 2 hours from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I sleep. I get my deepest sleep. I wake up dumb. It's 10 o'clock, huh? What? But that's from deep sleep. So I get deep sleep in the morning. All night long, I get little 15-minute naps every hour. And this is what seems to work for us. But with Mara taking over a lot of this stuff, I mean, she's a little firecracker. She tells these doctors, she's on the phone and she's like, oh, no, that won't work. You need to do this. And then, the doctors tell her, well, we faxed it over. No. They said they didn't get a fax. I just called them, got off the phone with them. You need to refax over them because they didn't get it. And then she calls that company and makes sure they gets the fax and then make sure that company does what she's supposed to do. And I'm like, wow, you're doing like all these different companies' jobs for them. She's like, that's what you got to do. She's a little firecracker. So I love Mara being in our life. And it's been a godsend. She's not allowed to leave now.
All right, we got Colleen Perkins for $10. She said, great news. Happy Fishy Friday from Colleen, Kevin, and Silas.
Oh, thank you guys.
Happy Fishy Friday to you.
Yes. All right, what do we got going on here in
Chat's pretty quiet tonight. Um,
Okay, we're gonna leave the rest of the show up to what you guys want. If there's you guys need any help with anything, ask our questions. And we'll try and answer as best we can.
so if you guys will put your questions in the chat, and we will do our best to answer them.
J4, what's that?
Got a question for this man back here.
4R4.
Are
Ready.
you ready to work tomorrow?
Ready to work tomorrow.
Got like 3 dump trucks filled with just cement slabs that were dropped off, and we're gonna.
No, the city of Strongsville. There's actually a school up here, and the city of Strongsville had a 400 to 500 foot long sidewalk going in front of it, and the neighbor says it's 3 inches on their driveway, so they had to rip up the whole sidewalk and on their property and replace it. So they're not going to.
They took down the fence too that was
Yeah.
dividing his property from the public's walk that has dogs, bicycles,
Yeah.
rollerbladers, kids going to the park.
They took down the fence and they said they're not putting up another fence. This guy made us move the thing 3 inches. We're not putting up another fence. We don't have to. And now this guy's going to have nothing but traffic cross his lawn, cross this. God, you should have just let that 3 inches go. But anyways, one of the workers for Strongsville found out from somebody that maybe OFR could use that cement, and they come over here and asked me. The city of Strongsville just showed up here, and I'm like, so sure, I can use it. We're filling in, lots of stuff in the backyard. So they've been dumping it in my backyard now. We've got, 4 or 5 dump trucks?
No, you tell me.
I
I
think
just
it's-
go up and it's there.
I think it's 4 or 5 dump trucks full so far of big pieces of sidewalk that they ripped up, about this big around, a bunch of pieces. So they just used a bucket, picked up and busted the sidewalk up, and then put it in the truck and brought it here. So we're going to use that to line the river all the way down. And basically, we're going to put one on the end of the river because the water flows this way.
Just being used as erosion control.
Erosion control. Put one here, and then put another in front of it, and another in front of that. That way the water goes down and just hits the cement all the way and doesn't erode away our land anymore, because we've filled in so much dirt in there where the water has eroded it. But it worked out. That's what we're doing this week.
We got Benjamin Keaty said, have you thought about putting dojo loaches in your pond?
Wait, don't we have any?
We put 4 dojo loaches in the front pond about 10
The big
inches
ones,
long,
yeah.
and I regret it.
Why?
They always get caught in the damn skimmer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't clean the skimmer. It's just something you have to get down on your hands and knees for, so he does that. So I haven't noticed that. So you've seen him then?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
If you go out there right before a storm, you'll hear them clicking too.
Really?
Yeah. Hence the name weather loaches. But yeah, we have a few in there. They're not nice and cool. But I will say the back wood pond's the clearest I've ever seen it today.
Oh, yeah. You can see all the way to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I'm also starting to slow down feeding them. I'm not feeding them 4 times a day. Now it's only 2 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like them koi have been eating all of the algae up and stuff.
Yep.
So you can see right through to the bottom. I'm very happy with that.
I'm gonna find my place again. Lost it.
Yeah, it's easy because you scroll up or down and it jumps on you and you're lost.
1 second, guys. Almost back. All right, I found it. What are some of your recommendations on? And I lost it.
All right, well, I'll take over for a second. Since the mermaid hasn't come by, John, can Big Rich put on the outfit and give us a show? There ain't nobody on the planet want to see that. But John's here. His sister is the actual first mermaid, Lexi. And she said she's coming back over to do a mermaid show, and she's going to clean the inside of some of our tanks. But she never got to wear the mermaid outfit yet. So I've got it waiting on her. And when's she coming?
Get on her.
So Lexi will be coming back, and Skylar, she's always busy. She works in IT, and she's always fishing when she's not working. So she'll come back by, but we had Skylar on, we had Lexi, then we had Skylar, so it's Lexi's turn to come back on now.
Now we got Lorcan 96 for $5. They said, "What are good companion fish for bettas?" Honestly, community fish. You can do tetras. I've done guppies before. The only thing you have to watch out for the guppies is the beta will eat the babies if they're breeding. If you like frogs, there's the African clawed frogs. They're kind of good.
Oh, you can't put them in with the. No.
Sure you can.
The African clawed frogs will eat the betas.
They stay small.
They do not stay
until they
small.
get big. Then you might have a problem.
Oh no, there's no might about it. That one we have out there, if you put it in with the beta, it will eat every beta and every female you got in there. Trust me.
Call bullshit because some betas are absolutely huge.
He eats 2-inch goldfish now. Jeff Nader brought him over and said he ate all the goldfish out of the tank that he had him in, so it's time to get rid of them. African clawed frogs are no joke.
Well, why'd you put them in with a 1-inch convict?
There's a 1-inch convict in there?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go save the convict.
Alrighty. Moving on. We have Mark Lane for $20. Hopefully we'll get over next year from Germany. Love yours and Reaper's daily dose of OFR. Hashtag Team Tracy.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. And anytime any of you guys come from another country, another land, another, island, anything, another state, let me know you're coming by here, and I'll plan, and I'll make sure that you can stop by.
Germany would be considered a country on another continent?
Yes.
Not an island?
No, I said a continent, a country, or an island, or even a state. In other words, anywhere on the planet. If you're coming by this way, let me know, and I'll make sure that you can stop in.
Serious Fish Keeper said, how much money do we have to donate towards the rescue to have Big Rich donate his hair? We asked him this question before, and he gave a solid number, and I believe that was what, 20K or something like that?
Something like that. In other words, I don't want to do it. I don't want to cut my hair. I love my rescue, and I will keep working every single minute of the day at my rescue. All my hard-earned money will go towards the rescue, but I'm not cutting my hair. If somebody wants to donate, enough money that make it worth my while, I'll try regrowing it.
We'll fly you out and cut it too. So we have Dougie. He said, what's the deal with the toy boat I saw in the driveway on the behind the scenes channel? Is Reaper going to be sailing the backyard pond?
Yes, them are called Little Tykes Tuggy. If you look that up on YouTube, you'll see
water jousting. Loser gets thrown in the pond.
You'll see the Little Tykes. It's a sandbox actually, but it's got a big crevice all the way around that you fill with spray foam, and then you take a piece of 3/4-inch plywood and you cover that with shellac, and you screw that to the bottom. It makes it sturdy. You put a trolling motor on it, and we had a guy actually on YouTube that put his boat numbers on the side of it, got pulled over by the Coast Guard, and it was completely legal. And he had a milk crate for his seat. He had his trolling motor, and he just stood there like Captain Morgan, and he went away. It's awesome. So I wanted to do that with 2 of ours, but I don't want to use trolling motors because they have a big 10-inch propeller that could actually hurt fish if they got close to it. Now they do have these things where you can grab onto for swimming, and they propulsion you through the water. If I can attach a stick to that to turn it, that is encased like a water mover, a power head that's got the propeller. It's got the casing over it, and that won't hurt the fish. Then we can have bumper tugboats, or just try and follow each other around, or jousting, whatever you want in the water. And I think that'd be great. I got them for $20 a piece, so I went and picked them up because I thought it would be a great idea for a video.
Okay. Morgan Kenny says, hi, I've had a 75-gallon tank for 6 months with no diseases or any problems. Suddenly my fish are sick with ick. I have been keeping up with water changes as usual. Why? Much love.
It doesn't matter why at this point. You need to get it under control. We don't use no medications. We bring the temperature up to 86, 87 degrees, leave it there for 10 days. It eradicates all ick, and then you can go back to your normal temperature. The life cycle of an ick is 7 days. And what it is, it's a little parasite, and it you can't see it in the water, but there's millions of them. And it attaches to the slime layer of the fish and burrows through the slime layer, gets to the skin, and gets in and eats the skin. Now, 5-7 days later, it's a big white spot and looks like a piece of salt on the fish. At that point, it dies off, but before it dies, it releases 1 million spores into the water. You can't see them. Now, the little baby spores cannot live in 86, 87 degree water, so they all die. So you've got 7 days for all this ick to, but with the higher heat, it speeds up their life cycle to like 5 days. So 5 to 7 days, all ick is eradicated. And, I say leave it on for 10 just for, insurance. But 10 days at 80, 86, 87 degrees will kill all ick. And you don't have to worry about your silicone in your tank turning blue from buying the meds and all that. So
unless it's already at a advanced stage, your fish probably won't have the time to go through that treatment. That's only if you catch it in the beginning.
right.
So you might have to add some ick treatment in there, but there's many of them out there. But AZ Fish Room even said the guys will tell you to raise your temp and keep up the water changes. Sassy and B said, can Rich one day do a video about himself? We ask questions and he answers them. That's what the live stream's for. If you want to ask questions, ask away.
We don't hide nothing.
Any tips for a red belly piranha fish tank?
Josh already found all these piranhas home, but I'm trying to talk him into let's get a tank and have the piranha tank here.
You get them koi out of them back tanks, you can stick the piranha in there.
You can't for all winter long. All winter, that room is like 50 degrees. So you can't.
Up the flow. Easy. Keep trying to fight it, and there's ways around it. Easy peasy. All right. Next, Blake Weber says, "How do you install bulkheads? I know you made a video or two about it, but can't recall the titles."
I don't remember.
I don't know the title.
But
you cut a hole.
you cut a hole, you put them
the
in,
bulkhead in, and you tighten it. But you want to remember not to over tighten it. So where many people go wrong with a bulkhead, they put it in there and they start tightening. They think it's going to leak, and they crank it down. And the more you tighten it, the more it's
the
going to
rubber
leak.
seal squeezes out and barely makes a seal.
So what I do is I go snug, and then I do like a half turn, maybe 3/4 pass, depending on the depth or where the bulkhead might be.
And please do not cover your bulkhead with silicone. What that does is when you go to squeeze that seal, the silicone is a slippery substance, and your seal actually squirts out between the two pieces of plastic and your pool or whatever, or your glass or whatever you're sealing. So don't use silicone on there. It seals better. You'll see two little lines, ridges in that seal all the way around. You just want to tighten that down. It works. Don't try thinking, oh, well, silicone will help seal it better. No, that actually makes it worse.
Marcy Oldhouse says, do you have to have a quarantine tank, or can you treat the main aquarium if it's 20 gallons? You are more than welcome to treat the whole aquarium. It would probably be easier than setting up a quarantine tank.
Right. In our situation, our tanks are so big that we need a quarantine tank to treat because
nobody likes a bragger, okay?
I'm explaining the difference. Say we had them in the 3,000 gallon, and then, okay, something breaks out. Now we have to treat 3,000 gallons of water. So it's easier for us to put them in there 125 or the 550, quarantine them. If something's bad, we're going to go ahead and treat anyway. But if something breaks out, we can go ahead and treat for that and leave them in that tank, and it don't cost us that much. In your 20-gallon tank, I'd treat them right in the tank. You're good to go.
Balls and Fins says, Josh, any chance of a snapping turtle feeding video sometime soon? Check out the TikTok. There is a video on TikTok of me feeding the turtle, and it is very anticlimactic.
Why?
This turtle, you think, alligator snapper, it's aggressive, you put the food in there and it's going to go to town. Nope, this girl is so I put the frozen rat in there, and she just slowly crept up, and then she stopped, and then she slowly opened her mouth, and then she just took the rat, and then just slowly pulled it back. That was it.
Wow, you think an
I
alligator
will feed
snapper would
her
be?
with my bare fingers. I wasn't using no tongs, nothing like that. Anthony Norris for $5 says Mara, 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 Mara times 3. So that's 12. 12 Maras. There you go. Just finish your cup.
John, I noticed you're drinking tonight. You usually don't drink.
Not really, no.
Wow.
I got to do it for the live stream.
Okay. John's a hard worker. He helps us out with a lot of things around here when he's here.
Latsky and Son says I don't have no money this week, but I'm proud for what you guys are doing. She'll come through soon. See, it's not always. That's not that one.
This is from.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. Along with them. Yes.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
You want to bet?
Who do you think this is from?
Regolny and Sons, not Latsky and Sons.
Oh, you don't want. You don't want. I'm sorry.
Winner.
I was wrong. I admit when I'm wrong.
But yeah, it's not always about my money, bud. We're just glad you can be on the stream.
Yes, this is my only chance to get out and hang out with my friends, and hanging out with you guys is. Oh, we still got the Tracy thing on. Hanging out with you guys is fun for me because that's the only time I can get out. You know, I work 119 hours a week, every single week, and then I try and sleep a little bit, and then I work on the rest of the time at the rescue. So I'm forever working. So this here is a break for me, and I love hanging out with you guys. Money or no money, money helps, yes, and if you've got it to spare, sure, help out and this and that. But I don't ask for money. I don't try. What I want our money, our donations to come from is the pet stores that cause the problem. That kind of stuff. Big businesses that can afford this. I don't want to ask normal people hardworking people for money.
Marvin said, have you been successful in selling the 2,000-gallon tank? I've never posted it. There's been a few people who've
We stole it actually twice.
And asked about it. No, here's the thing. There's people who've messaged, and I said, I will sell it. Here's the price. But then they never realize how much of a task it is to move the tank, or they never come up with cash. So it's been sitting here.
Yeah, and now we're going to use it again.
You guys have any native species fish? We have a largemouth bass and a bowfin, and whatever's in the back pond. White amers, bluegill,
bass, bluegill, crappie, turtles, snakes, bullfrogs, tadpoles. Dougie says, how do you deal with chloramines with so much water? Do you use HMA filters? No, we do not. We have a dosing system, and basically we just fill the jar once a week or so with prime, and as the water's coming in, it'll do a drop, whatever, and then by the end of the week, that jar is almost empty, and we fill it back up, and it automatically doses for that as we add fresh water.
Or you can run it through a carbon block.
Yep.
Or, I mean, if it all depends. If you have a large volume of water and a slow drip, you can argue the fact that it's such a small amount of water that it, dissipates before it even shows up on a chlorine reading, so you won't have to dose. So, yeah, it all depends.
JC says, can you talk to us about how your guest, John Doe, first got in touch with you guys and offered his hand out? John, I don't even remember that. How'd you get a hold of us?
Well, I first talked to you about a tour, and then after the tour, I just said that I would volunteer anytime, and then you said come on by like that day.
I don't mess around. You want to help? Come on by.
It wasn't too hard. No. A few messages and I was in there.
He's been here since.
Royce24 says, you guys need a blank day since last leak sign. See how long it can go without water
That's
on
a
the
good
floor.
idea.
It'll stay on 0.
No, we have gone for what? Since the John debacle where he left the hose up there and didn't put it the way I told him. Since that day, we haven't had flood since. That was the last flood, and that was like 2 weeks ago.
Well, I break the streak.
He broke the streak.
Oh no, a leak constitutes
No, not a little leak like all them.
that would be constituted as a flood. Not a
No,
leak.
no. The Aquarium Authority tanks, they have a drip thrum, and we have a tray at the bottom. Sometimes they get a little overfull, and then the carpet gets wet around it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking where we have to break out the shot vac and vacuum up the carpeting. That's a leak. So it's been 2 weeks since that's happened. And I made a video the last time showing me vacuuming up. John, you're in trouble. You'll show up here again. And you saw that, didn't you?
I was so excited to watch that video, and I'm like, oh.
It was about you.
Operator air. Ambrose knows says, what do you guys do for day jobs? He doesn't have one. I'm an engineer.
I don't have one. I don't own properties. I'm not a property management person.
You don't fix your own houses. I do. And your other son does.
This is true. I send my kids to go fix things. Yes. That's because I'm taking care of Tracy. Before then, I would go. You know it. I put in the flooring over at 46. I put in the carpeting. We
4
painted
years
all the
ago.
walls.
4 years ago.
Tracy's been down for almost 2 years now. It was February 5th in 2020. So it's like a year and 3/4.
All right, next question.
Do your job.
Do your job. We got Whips World for $5. Says, I know there are never mind. I know there are videos out there, but can you talk about how to build a 4x8x4 1,000-gallon plywood tank that won't blow out the front panel? Hashtag Team Tracy.
Basically on that, 4x8 is real simple to make.
2x4 walls, marine grade plywood.
Yes, 3/4 inch thick.
Fiberglass every seam, every corner.
Well, before we get to the fiberglassing part, on every corner, make sure that, you're overlapping. Like, say, you put the front wall. I made all 4 walls of our 3,000 gallon in the front driveway. We put them back there, and we stood them up to each other, and I nailed them together. And then so this piece here went inside. The side went to the front. The front piece went all the way to the side. So this side piece went to the inside. Well, now when I put on the trim rail, the 2x8, I overlapped that, or I stopped here, and I had the side overlap to the front. And I did two rows of that. So everything is overlapping. And then everywhere your plywood is going to end, you have to have a 2x4 behind it as support. So in every corner, just imagine where your sheathing is going to go on. You have to have the 2x4 there because if you end you're like this, the plywood will bend. You have to have it at the end. It's common sense to me, but I got to make sure I say that. So every bit of sheathing inside is covered. I do it every 12 inches on center, and then I make sure the ends are covered so that no end of the plywood is ever undone, unsupported. Then once you get it together, you go ahead and you fiberglass every seam. I was told not to by 2 individuals. Both are well known in the fish world, and I should not have listened to them because we had to take our 3,000 apart a year later and then sand it down and actually put in the fiberglass seaming all the way around because it did spring a leak. So even with the Interseal 670 HS paint that we use, the epoxy, I was told we didn't need to, but I should have listened to my own heart and went ahead and fiberglassed it anyway. So anybody I tell, fiberglass first, then cover it with the Interseal 670 HS, and that comes in a wide variety of colors, and you'll never have a problem. As far as the window, make sure it's supported. If it's an 8-foot wide window, make sure you have supports on each side of that 8 foot. And then, from the top to the bottom, make sure you have supports going across the top, like a whole, what's that called, going across the top? Lintel or something?
Yeah.
And then you can, continue 2x4s up to the top of the tank. But, you want everywhere your glass is going to touch is going to be a framing of 2x4. And then, you just silicone it after you paint it. You silicone that glass in there, you're good to go. We've not had a problem. We drilled holes and put our bulkheads in and our pumps into what we wanted. Overflows at the top so that it actually overflows out so the top water gets siphoned off. You want that. You don't want like a lower drain, because then you'll get a skim of like nastiness on the top of the water. You want an overflow where the water can fill up so high and then overflow out. That way all your top water is always clear and pretty looking.
Sun God says, how do I come off a 3/4 inch PVC to a drip? You use reducers. I would go to a line valve to a spigot or some sort of
Valve.
adapter you can put a hose on. So you have your ball valve that will control the flow, and then just a hose running down for your drip.
To your drain or
You can
outside?
find those all at Home Depot,
Yes.
fairly cheap. Next question. We got Mark Hinshaw for $10. Says, may send, add an inline heater just ahead of the inflow inlet on the pool room. Thank you. Choose for the piranha. So with those tanks behind there, they're just ran off of the pond water. So the pond's heated. So either you can do a siphon out of the bass tank, run more water through it, or just add in another power head pumping up to that tank, and it would pump 86-degree water up to that tank, and you wouldn't have to plug in no additional heaters. A pump's way cheaper to run than a heater would be. So that's my thought on that. We have Pale Horse Rider for $20. Says,
Thank you.
tell Ill Will we're gonna have a 3-point contest one day. God willing, much love.
What does that mean?
Will thinking he's a great at basketball.
Oh yeah. Oh, that made me laugh. He says he's better than LeBron. Yeah. I'm like, come on, Will, you're like 50 and you're short. There's no way you're better than LeBron. He says he is. I laughed. I had such a good time with that. Pale Horse Rider, I'd love to see you take him on.
All right, we got one more. We got Matthew Jonathan for $15. Says, any idea why my angels are the only ones dying in my 55-gallon? The other tank mates are gouramis, black skirt tetras, and mollies. Much love and speedy recovery for Tracy.
Thank you.
It's kind of hard to say. The tank mates don't really seem like they should be bothering the angels. I would check your water parameters. That's always the first step. And other than that, I'm not really sure. If you want to send a private message on Facebook or something, I can try and give you more assistance. But as of right now, it's kind of hard to say.
Now, JC says, is there an efficient way of moving an established tank and fish from an old address to a new address? Yes, there is. Do not clean your filters. Do not clean your rocks. Do not do none of that stuff. What you want to do is take, I move rocks an easier way. I don't go in there and scoop them out. I siphon them out with a big hose. But however you want to do it, you got to take the rocks out of the tank because it makes it so heavy. You put them in buckets or whatever. And then before you put them into the new tank, you just rinse them until the water runs clear, and you put them in the new tank. There's still bacteria. Now, in your filtration, yes, you moved them and you put them in a garbage bag and you moved it over. You don't have to save no water. A lot of people believe I kept, 50 gallons of the old water. That means absolutely nothing. All your bacteria is in your filtration, and it's in your rocks, and it's in your decorations, and it's on the glass of the tank. So if you're going to move something from an old address to a new address, I would suggest not cleaning nothing. You're going to rinse the rocks out anyway and get rid of all the detritus in there, detritus, and put them into your tank. I wouldn't clean off the walls and wash the tank clean like a brand new tank. I would just set it back up where it was, put the rocks back in, put your filter back on, and it may be a little dirty and muddy at first, but you've saved all the bacteria. So, your filtration, you don't clean. You just take it, bag it up, and you set it up at your next house on that same tank. You have your fish in a bucket, an aerator. You have all your decorations in another bucket. They have bacteria on it. And you just carry everything over and set it back up. Easiest way. Don't clean nothing. You can now, once a month later, you can start cleaning things, clean your gravel one time, clean your filter another month. don't clean everything at once. You get rid of too much bacteria that way, and you have a mini cycle going on, and it's kind of hazardous.
All right, we got Jim Sheasley, $5.
Hey, Jim, he's here.
Says, hey, happy Fishy Friday. Hope to see you soon.
Yes. He said he lost a lot of weight. He called me yesterday. He lost a lot of weight being in the hospital. But he seems like he's back to being himself again, and he's happy and cheerful, and
it's good to hear.
Yeah, good to hear. He's our buddy. So now, he's back with us, and we'll see. Because I told him, you lost some weight, but at your size, you're still good. Don't lose no more. So we'll see, because the new and improved Jim Sheasley is going to be around. He's our buddy.
Marcy said, will raising temperature to 86 to kill my swordtails? No, your swordtails will be able to handle it. I would just progressively raise the heat. I don't know what your temperature's at, so you don't want to shock them from going to 72 to 86. I would do it, over the course of, a day or two, and slowly kind of acclimate them to the temperature.
A to Z Fishroom says, keep the filter pumping. You can do that, but I've had a filter off for like 4 hours at a time and started right back up. There was no horrible smell, and you guys all know when bacteria dies, it's a horrible smell. So, they lived, the bacteria lived and stuff like that. He's saying an hour or two. I'm telling you, you got 4 or 5 hours. Try it to be as quick as possible, and you're good to go. But yeah, appreciate all the help.
Time Continuum says, guy in the back with the Magnum PI shorts looks like he has a shrunken head.
I said the same thing. I said it earlier. I said he looked like that dude from Beetlejuice with the shrunken head.
Oh, man. Leave me alone.
The Magnum PI shorts. I love it.
I can make them shorter.
Oh, how funny.
All right, Dave Hudson says, which filtration would you use for a 650-gallon 2 Fluval FX6 or 1 FX6 and a sand filter?
I don't like sand filters for this reason. There's something called cavitating. Now, what they do is, usually a sand filter works like a fluidized bed filter. Water comes up from the bottom and it keeps it suspended, but if this all gets in and there's one area where it goes through, it's called cavitating. It'll spin right through the one center, and then all the other sand just sits there. It's no longer fluidized. Sand filters are known for cavitating, and then you've got this water going through it, and it's absolutely doing nothing. You have to backwash. You get the sand up and in the air and the water, and rinse and then backwash and then rinse and then backwash, and now you got to start over and get bacteria on all that sand that was in the fluidized bed filter inside there. I don't like sand filters. They're inefficient. They're a pain in the butt.
They clog every 3 days.
Yes. So, no, I would use 2 FX6s if that's your option. I would make a homemade filter out of a Walmart tub.
But just for reference, 2 FX6s would not be adequate for a stocked 650.
This is why I said if that's your choice. But I would, and then I went on to say I would make my own homemade filter out of a big Walmart tub. I would have a hole in the side, pumping out back to the tank. I would have a spreader on top, whether it's a piece of PVC that your hose is pumping in with a lot of holes in it or lines cut in it, or you can actually take other tubs and drill 100 holes in them and to where the water hits, fills out the tub, and then spreads out and goes through the fiber floss, pillow stuffing. And then it goes through all the bio balls, and then it falls through that and goes to the water back to your tank. That's my homemade filter I make for everything. Our 4400's got 2 homemade filters on top of it. And I'm telling you, when them pumps come off the hose, which has happened, the pump is sitting on the bottom, the hose is sitting there. We come out and we're like, why is the tank dirty? Josh is like, oh, the pump's off. Now Josh has to get in there, put the pump up there and tighten the hose clamp. And we notice a difference. So they work really, really well.
So I believe the drinking word tonight should have been Beetlejuice. So that might have to be next week's drinking
Why?
word.
Well, I get that, but there's people saying it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, is my head really that small?
Melissa says it's just the camera.
Uh,
Thanks, Melissa.
Melissa likes you. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
In India, the coral is banned? That's crazy. Oh, okay.
We got Matthew Jonathan for $10. Just because, stay fishy, buds.
Aw, thank you. That's awesome of you. You're not gonna drink?
I'm empty.
All I got is orange juice here if you want some of that. How's your drink feel?
About halfway done.
You doing?
What's the update on the mullet competition?
Okay, I won the mullet competition for the United States, 55 and up. I won that. That's in the bag already. I tried out for the 18 and up, and I did not win. There was too many people out there, kids, voting for this other guy that wasn't as long as mine, whatever, but they liked him better, and, you know, I came in like 11th place or something. And so I didn't win that one. But I'm still the mullet champion of the world, or the United States, for 55 and up. But see, there was nobody else in that mullet contest that would have given the winnings to the rescue. I would have bought like the 3,000 gallon, a whole Universal Rocks fake background, you know, something I deem as not a necessity. Food's a necessity, bills are a necessity, gas, water, all that. And we don't buy backgrounds. That's something that is a cutesy thing for the owner. The fish really don't care if there's a background there or not. So I was going to do that. I was going to donate if I won, the $2,500 would have been donated to Ohio Fish Rescue. I donated my money for the original win for the 55 and up. That was $500. I had a barbecue for all the people that voted for us, all of our friends and family, and followers and viewers, and everybody came out, and we had a nice little barbecue here. But this time, if I'd have won, I was going to donate it all to Ohio Fish Rescue.
We got Robbie Strom for $50. Said, I'm excited to see your venture into the saltwater world. If you are to upgrade to a 6 to 8 foot tank, I would suggest that you acquire 2 more XR30 G4s off of eBay to provide optimal lighting for your corals. Y'all are awesome, and Tracy is an angel. Also, Mara and dude in the back looks like Beetlejuice.
You did not say that. Thanks, Robbie. You're awesome. That's awesome of you. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Right now, we have the XR30 on the 3 foot tank, and then if I put another XR30 on a 6 foot tank, it would take this. But right in the middle, there would be some darkness, you know.
So,
what?
We have all that AI lighting.
We have a bunch of AI.
There's
4
6
AI.
of those.
No, 6.
4 or 6.
I don't know. 4 or 6 AI lighting that we got, and them are really nice lights. And then we've got
Those
the
are
other
the
ones.
same size as the XR30s. They're bigger. And then we have 3 AI puck lights that have stanchions. So you can either do the 3 puck lights,
One
and
on
then
each side,
2
and then one in the
XR30s.
middle, and then the 2 XR30s.
Right.
That would work.
That would be perfect.
But the problem is, they wouldn't run on the same program that the XR30s run on.
You could have one set for coral growth and one set for.
It'd be 3 different spots, so they'd all have to be set the same.
Your problem, not mine.
Thank you, Robbie. Appreciate you starting a new problem for us.
We have Eric Heddick for $20. He said, "Sorry, busy tonight with the kids. Here's some cash for fish food. Love you guys."
Oh, Eric, you ain't got to do that. You take care of your family and your fish. He's got that whole basement is full now of fish tanks and stuff, and they're doing like giveaways and stuff on their YouTube.
Tell the kids we said hi, and tell the wife we said hi.
Yep. And let us know the name of your YouTube channel. We'll let everybody else get on there for you.
So if you say beat Beetlejuice 3 times. Does this man pop up in the mirror?
Somebody called me the Hamburglar, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh. The Hamburglar. Oh man. So we have Koi Life for $2. They didn't say anything. So
Thank you.
Someone asked how fast do the African tigers grow? Some say they grow slow, but in retrospect, they can grow pretty quick. If you get them feeding constantly, keep their bellies packed. The one tiger fish out there already put on an inch, and he's like 1.5 times the height. He is looking like a cigar.
Really?
So, yeah.
What?
See what you're doing.
Someone asked about him.
Yeah. He's here. He's just,
He's over there
taking
with
a
his girlfriend.
hiatus.
Show his girlfriend.
He's making babies.
He's there with his girlfriend. The trout.
Where was I at? Oh,
Right here.
poor John. Why is everyone picking on me?
He actually helps out a lot around here. And he brought us our first mermaid. That's his sister, Lexi.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Let's get some more questions in the chat, guys. I'm down 2 to the bottom. If I missed it, post it again. I'm sorry, but I try here. The chat jumps way too much, and I do my best.
Oh, we're having the Medina Aquarium Society come here tonight for a tour at 8 o'clock. So we're going to have to cut this off right at 8. We can't go over tonight, guys. Just letting you know.
Someone said I don't get the Beetlejuice reference. Do you
Okay,
remember?
on the movie Beetlejuice, when he, the couple died, okay, they were sitting in this like waiting room. Beside them was like a hunter or something that the Aborigines or whatever shrunk his head. So he was sitting there with his little tiny head and his hunter body sitting next to the couple that died. And it was on the movie Beetlejuice. It's not Beetlejuice himself, but he looks like that shrunken head guy.
I mean, Beetlejuice kind of looks like he's got a shrunken head too. It's roasting John time.
Yeah, it is.
Did you get the gauge fixed on the heater? Yes, it's all fixed. It's fine. It's working again. I actually have to run up and get some muriatic acid so I can clean the filters on it, because I took it out, I sprayed it off, and it's so clogged on the inside that
It works for a couple of weeks and then clogs up again, and then it don't turn on the heater because there ain't enough pressure in there. So we have to really clean each one of these. And this is a brand new filter, but the last one worked for 3 years. Now the new one is like clogging up all the time. So we're going to have to soak it in muriatic acid and then rinse it, pressure wash it clean, and do it like that.
So Benjamin Keats says, do you recommend fasting fish for 1 day a week? So this is completely up to you as a fish keeper. It depends on, stocking, what type of fish you have. Some might need food more often than others. Us here, all our big fish, I feed each tank twice a week and 3-day intervals. So 1 day I'll feed the 4,400, and then I will feed
The 3,000.
the 750 with the 4,400.
Yeah.
I'll feed the pond with the 2,200. Then I'll feed the 3,000 with the stingray pool, and then I'll feed the babies every single night. And then I will take 1 day off a week, and let them, cycle.
Because it ain't an even week. There's 7 days, so they either get fed too much or they don't get fed enough. I just got Tri-State Tropicals. I just got a Tesselati eel and haven't been able to get it to eat into frozen yet. They pretty much eat anything, but then you need to have it to where it's hungry. If you can, what we've done is we don't feed live here. So when we get a fish in that was on live, we try everything. I've even taken shrimp, put it on a piece of fishing line, and bounced it in front of the fish so it looks like a live fish until they hit it. We've had to resort 1 or 2 times in over like 10 years to go back to giving them a fish, like a goldfish, to sustain their life, and then go back to, trying to, turn them onto non-live foods. With the Tesla eel, just keep trying different things. And of course, use a big long pair of hemos, a claw, something like that you can get down and feed just him where he's sitting. I don't know, what do they call that? Something feeding.
I haven't been paying attention. I'm reading the chat. Sorry.
Okay, we've got an eel in the tank. He don't come out and feed this and that. We want to feed him.
Target feed.
Target feeding. Yeah, thank you. Sometimes I just can't remember words. I'm sorry. So,
if it's a small Tesla eel, you can try. I'm not sure how small. You can try mysis shrimp. Try shrimp.
they love the shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah. They're majority a meat eater.
Yeah, Sue Ann Campbell tries explaining the Shut Up Roger shirt. Roger is a friend of the OFR, which of course everyone knows that. He comes out and helps this and that. But I named him eyeliner because he looks like he's wearing eyeliner. It's his natural color, but he looks like he's wearing eyeliner. So we call him eyeliner. But he don't stop talking, and he's non-stop. And if you get him drinking, oh my God. It's shut up, Roger. We're trying to film here. Roger, stop swearing. Roger, calm down. Roger. So one of our followers come up with a Shut Up Roger shirt and sent it to us, and it was the greatest thing ever.
Tyler Fox says, okay, here's a question. What is your take on aquarium heaters and how often should they be changed? I hate them. I don't use them. Just kidding. We only use them in quarantine tanks if they're needed. We use a boiler system, and then we heat the room in the fish room. It's easier on us because we don't have to worry about 59 heaters and is this one bad, checking the temps.
Right. We don't have to check the temp of any tank. That room is kept at 83 degrees, so all the tanks, the ones up higher in the room are 80, 83, 82. The ones closer to the ground are like 79 because the cement's a little colder. So yeah, we heat the room, not the tank. And then the pool, it gets heated by the boiler for the pool heater. And we don't have no problems. It works for us.
How are the stingrays doing in the pool? They're doing good.
You notice we haven't had babies lately.
Yeah, they haven't been. I mean, they've been biting, but I haven't seen no one get pregnant.
Do we need a deeper pool, maybe?
Could be.
Or they're having problems turning them over in the 30 inches of water?
Maybe.
Some of them stingrays are almost 30 inches wide. I think that's the problem.
Could be. Do you guys have Bettas? I haven't seen any. I got a female sorority tank with live plants only. Really cool. Those are something we usually rehome when we ever get them in, so we don't have any right now.
All right. Tech HR says, do you treat water, chloramines, carbon, and so on, when you do water changes on those large systems, or do you have a pretty good water from the tap there? We don't have good water from the tap. Nobody has water from the tap you can just put into your tank. It all has to be treated for chloramine, chlorines. We do not use any carbon. I haven't used carbon in over 10 years. Carbon masks a problem. If there's a problem that your fish tank water is smelling, carbon will take away the smell, but the problem is still there. So we don't use carbon. If our filtration is good and there's no smell, everyone's amazed when they come here. They're like, I thought this place would smell like a pet store. And it don't. It's clean, clear water, and it don't smell fishy at all. If you've got good filtration, good water parameters, there is no smell. So carbon is like a gimmick. Now, carbon works good if you've got medicine in there and you use the wrong medicine or something and you need to get that medicine out of that tank, you use carbon and it'll take out all that medicine within a day, and then you put in the other medicine. There's still a good reason for it, but we don't use carbon here.
Fishing with Dano says, Happy Fishy Friday, fellas. Need some tips from the ultimate fish keeper because I just picked up an Elacherry bicher. Curious and need to get him to eat. Love the vids with my morning coffee, Big Rich. Elacherries or bichers in general are pretty easy. They like meat. You know, when you first put them in, they might be shy of the tank. Let them get acclimated, and you just feed them at nighttime, and the bichers will come out and eat.
I was going to say that. If you have a problem with your bichers not eating, feed them at night right before you turn off the light, because they're, you know, a nighttime predator. They'll come out and tear that food up. Okay, James Stone. That name is wow. The lead singer to my band, Third Degree, a long time ago, was James Stone. He played bass and sang, and he died. So that's a name from the past. Wow. It says, good Josh Big Ridge. Is 3 Aquaclear 110 filters enough for a huge 13 to 14 inch Oscar in a 125 gallon tank? Yes, definitely. 110 Aquaclears are great filters. We love them. They're awesome. You know, the way they work, the way you clean them, they're perfect. If I was to use hang-on backs, it would be an Aquaclear 110. They are awesome. And 3 of them for a 125 is definitely good enough. And you've got an understocking situation there with only a 13 to 14 inch Oscar and a 125. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's all good. You're doing good. And then he says, Mara. Thanks, guys. Keep up the good work.
You got Koi Life for $9. So still serving in the Army and being through a lot of fish keeping me going and are my release. I love watching your videos and what you have achieved. Absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
Stay fishy and hashtag Team Tracy.
Nice. Appreciate that. Well, here's to you. Above that, Matthew Jonathan says the mayor of Chicago. What does that mean?
Sidebar convo.
Who's the dude in the Daisy Dukes?
Dude, that's who I was when I said I was Jesus.
Wow, how funny.
I didn't see that comment. That's golden.
All right, we're scrolling down.
Oh, Kevin Josie's here. What's up, bud? He says he added the 540 to his system, added an additional biomedia, same stock, nitrates went up 40 parts per million overnight, tested twice. Well, you know, do your water changes, bring that down, and then let the system level out. You know, anytime you add something, things go wonky for a minute, you know. Just test it again in 2-3 days, do a half tank water change on all your stuff, and you should be fine. Hey, Kevin. Tillamook jerky is awesome. It is so good. I wish I had some here. But here is Tillamook jerky, the wrappies, and you can tell it's good because it's gone. There you go, Kevin. Love you, brother.
Chris Trapp says, how big is Brutus these days?
Brutus is 5.5 foot, closing in on 6 foot. He's grown. He got really thick in this last month or so. He got really thick, so he's going to have a length explosion soon. And the redness moved from his tail all the way up to like 2/3 of his body. His red scales. I mean, he's turned red everywhere. He's like, wow.
We got Robbie Strom for $5 again. He said, here, have some more fish food. Also, Mara.
Love it. Here you go. Thank you, buddy. Is the liquor hitting the guy in the back? He's not much of a drinker. He works, 6 days a week. So I got him drinking my normal drink, the vanilla vodka with the grape. And he's trying to maintain, but you can tell he's getting it.
Have you thought about possibly fencing the back if you're allowed to stop the kids fishing without your knowledge?
No, we're not allowed to, because anything on that side of the river is Strongsville's runoff area. This is why if you see the pond back there, there's a 3-foot hump all the way around it. That way water can run through and not take the fish out of the pond. We cannot put anything back there of structural. Like I can't put a gazebo back there. I can't put a swing back there that's into the ground. I can't put a basketball hoop that's into the ground. Anything that will obstruct the flow of water, they will not let me build over there. The kids, I tried really nice talking to them, told them, I don't mind you fishing here. It's catch and release, but you're going to have to bring your father back and sign this, waiver. And if you do that, you can fish here all you want. Well, they didn't do that. And then I've caught them here like 4 times since, and we ran them off. Now they're definitely trying to sneak in and fish, and they've left. I found a fishing pole broken back there. I found 3 different tubs of empty worms tubs, a whole thing of mixed up fishing line where they got knots. I mean, they don't care. So if they don't care, I don't want you on my property. I was trying to be nice, and now you're being little dickheads. Goodbye. You're not allowed here. So I put up some signs around the back, private property, keep off. And, I catch them here again. I'm going to follow them back to their house and have a talk with their parents. I tried being reasonable with them. I tried talking to them, and, it didn't work. They want to sneak in and then, destroy my property and then, take the fish out of the pond, all this. No, not having it. I'm not the kind that wants to call the police. I don't want to, but I'm coming to you as their father, and I wish you would, straighten this out, because they shouldn't be on any of that property back there. Every bit of that is private property. They came to my place, and I told them they can't be here fishing without that permit the second time. And they said, well, where do you want us to fish? I'm like, well, that's not really my problem. But I was like, well, you can fish in the stream, but everybody's house all the way down the stream, that's their backyard now. So, there's no place around here that you can go and publicly fish and it's okay. So they started sneaking in, and they're still back there, and Reaper ran them off, and I ran them off, and, it's getting to be to where now you're causing a problem, and it's not worth my time and effort. So, I don't know. I don't know what we got to do next, but if I find them again, I'm going to keep chasing them and following them all the way to their house. I'm going to talk to their dad. I don't want to call the cops. I'm not one to call the cops.
Eric said you're lucky they're not in the big pond.
Right. I like the way he thinks.
Aaron Kazali for $5 says, can Beetlejuice put his head next to Big Rich so we can see the size difference? Love the show, guys. Hashtag stay fishy. Hashtag Team Tracy.
Sit up, son. Now he's in the picture. Now, see, he don't have such a little head.
Yeah,
Back
look,
there.
I think his head's smaller than mine.
What? Do you know how much brains is up here, son?
Now we know it's the camera. Melissa was right.
All right. Zanzara Haas says, Victor, a fish story, DIY public aquarium. Fish rescue has a leak in his monster aquarium. Can you guys help him out? Looking for a solution. We know Victor. He calls himself our little brother rescue. We're the big brother rescue. Victor's smart. He's got it up here. He builds everything he does down there himself. I have complete faith in him that he can figure this out and fix it. He built so much of that stuff down there. Victor's got this. He don't need our help. But I appreciate you looking out for him, because he's a good guy.
We got an Atlanta Falcons fan for $5. He said, howdy guys. Rich, how about those gas prices lately? LOL.
I put up that thing about Biden and Trump and gas prices, and man, people went off at each other. I just sat back and laughed. I had to take the post down because too many people were getting butt hurt and yelling at each other.
It's the world we live in.
Yeah, it was a fun post though for a while. Oh my goodness.
All right, so we got 15 minutes left, guys. So get your questions in while you can.
B. Reisenberg says, Big Rich and Josh, you are so awesome. I hope that you guys know how much you mean to so many people. The joy and comfort you guys bring is very special. Aw, thank you. That's amazing to be. I like that. I appreciate that. That's just awesome. Oh, what's this here? You want to read this one?
Says, like the dude from Home Alone getting sparked up by the washing machine.
Laughing my butt off, Marv. Oh, Eric says he just lost his 220. He had to drain it to fix it. Oh man, that blows, bud.
Benjamin Keat says, how is African arowana feeding? They're a pain in the butt. They're filter feeders.
Yes, up until they're like 12 inches, you gotta just filter feed them, and meaning brine shrimp, stuff like that. Once they get bigger, you got to turn them into, like our last one that was big that Tracy killed. He would eat, shrimp off the floor. He would eat tilapia pieces off the floor. He would eat pellets off the floor. But this new one that we got from Matt's Monster Fish, he does not want anything to do with any of that. So I'm having to keep putting in little tiny pellets to where he can suck it up off of the gravel and stuff like that. It's kind of a pain, but eventually we'll get him turned.
William Zanger says, Big Rich and Reaper remind me of Willie and Cy from Duck Dynasty.
Oh, let me guess. I'm Will, right? I'm the fat one. At least Reaper's Cy. The king of DIY is here. How you doing, buddy? Are we going to Dallas? Yes, sir, we are. Hope you can make it there. That would be awesome. But yeah, we are going to Dallas. We've already got our plan set. I talked to Brett Raymer the other day. He's going too, and we're having a good time. We missed you at Chicago, buddy. Me and Brett sat there. We went out to dinner. We had drinks at the hotel afterwards. It was a good time, and you should have been there.
He said, I'll be there.
Awesome. Joey's going to be at Dallas.
So I've seen he's been kind of teasing that online, posting things about it, little eye emojis, like, am I going to be there? Everyone knows you're going to be there.
Joey's going to be there. We're going to have a great time. I've got one guy, what's his name, that's going to pick us up?
Why the Fish Guy?
Why the Fish Guy? He's got that Arab money. He says he's picking us up with like a $300,000 car from the airport, and going to bring us back to our hotel room and stuff like that. So we'll see if that actually happens. But there's lots of promise for Dallas, and we're going to have a good time while we're there. This time I am not bringing no fans with me. I'm sorry, people, but the last one did not work out. It'll be me and Reaper flying, and his wife Dawn. So when we're doing like radio shows, stuff like that, she can, be the mod and that kind of stuff. She can, help us do it, what we got to do the whole time we're there. And, but yeah, I tried bringing a fan last time, and wow, what a mess that was.
Joey said, so long as I get vaccinated in time.
All right, Joey, we're waiting on you, buddy. Go stand in line and get your vaccination.
He also said, come in the limo with me. So.
Oh, okay. I kind of like that idea too. Let's do that. I was inviting you in with us, but if you already got a limo, let's do that.
Fall camp can be planned closer to the day. Actually, it's the end of this month.
No, it's the end of next month.
No.
It's in October. My boy's lost. He's just a what do you dang it, I can't remember now. You're for the city engineer. He's just an engineer for the city. He don't know what's going on. Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, Joey said, yeah, can't leave the country without being vaccinated. We are getting vaccination passports.
Awesome. So you're bringing your woman with you?
Oh, good question. He said Aquashella sends the limo. It's not mine.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow. I must talk to Aquashella. They never sent a limo for me.
Well, you've always driven in.
This is true. This is true. This is true. Yeah. I can't blame the guys at Aquashella. They do such good work. Such, they take care of everybody. They pay for our hotel rooms, everything, So, yeah, that's awesome.
He said, but I start drinking the second I'm in the car. Hope that you can drink. I'm coming alone.
Hey, Joey, hope you can keep up. That's all I can say.
Well, that'll be fun.
No. Shots fired. Challenge isn't accepted. We love you, Joey. You're awesome. Oh, my goodness.
He said, just don't let me go live.
Okay. Josh, if we have to, we'll hold him down. We got you, Joey. We're your friends. We'll hold you down. Get back. No pictures. Oh, this sounds like it's going to be a good time.
No. When you get there, phones go in the box, and you don't need them until you leave.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. I'm so looking forward to this. And it's my last time out, too, because my nurses have to come together, and actually, Mara, oh, my God, what a godsend she is. She comes here and works 12 hours for like Saturday and then 12 hours Sunday, but she stays here overnight so that I can pay somebody else to babysit Tracy, and then I stay up all night long from wherever show I'm at, and I call this person and say, she needs suction now, she needs turn now, blah, blah, blah. And if there's a problem, she can run in the bedroom and wake Mara up. Mara stays at our house the whole weekend that I'm gone. So, I mean, if it wasn't for Mara, I would not be able to go to none of these shows. I mean, it's just, she's amazing. I can't imagine life without her now.
And since my dad's going, I'll be staying home that weekend to look after her and relieve Mara during the night.
You're going to be the babysitter, right?
Mm-hmm. So to answer Colin's question, no, I will not be going to this one.
There's somebody at the front door. It's probably the Medina Fish Aquarium Association. Tell them to hang out front, look at the front pond. I'll be out at 8 o'clock, and then I'll give you the tour. So, yes, everybody, the king of DIY is here. He has graced us with his presence. Say hi to him.
We just got
Did he just say I love you, Joey?
Yeah.
He's the greatest. Oh my goodness.
Next month.
A few more questions, guys, and we're out of here. Go ahead and ask away.
I'm sure there's a few in there.
Colin Doyle says he'll drive there, but Josh ain't going to be there, buddy. I'll be there. I'll shake your hand.
Get all the pictures you want.
That's right. I'll be there with DIY Joey and Brett Raymer from Tanked.
Morla update. Morla's doing fine. She is in her tub now. I actually have to add a heater onto her tub soon because she can't get that cold with cold temperatures right around the corner. So I got to add a heater in there, and that's about it for the Morla update. Uh-oh. Things going off.
Yeah, there's people at the front door. The Medina Aquarium Society is here.
Colin Doyle. I says, what date is it? It is on Halloween weekend. So that Friday, Saturday.
October
Sunday.
30th and 31st? I believe it is.
Yeah, it's Saturday and Sunday. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You're flying in on Friday or something like that.
As a Falcons fan, if we can get Will Star to go with us, it'd be great. I tell Will Star to come over all the time. He's got a lot going on in his life, and he just don't hang out here. I told him, if you hang out here, you could video, but I don't know.
Dave Hudson says, we've seen videos on a day in the life of Big Rich. How about a Day in the life of Josh.
Yes, I don't even know what you do downtown. You should video your day in life. Here it is, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting up for work. 5:30. I'm walking the dog. 6 o'clock. I'm leaving for work. Here's the traffic I got to deal with every single day, and then take us downtown and show us.
You want to know what I do my first hour of work? If I walk in work and there's no emails waiting for me, nothing on my desk. I get in at 7 o'clock. Most people don't show up until 8 o'clock. That's when the day starts going. So from 7 to 8, if I got nothing to do, I'm in my office and I'm working out. Doing handstand, push-ups, all kind of stuff.
That's what you do for a job?
But then,
you better hope your boss ain't watching.
But from 8 till 3:30 is when most people get in the office. All the consultants and whatnot are in the office, and we start getting to work, and problem after problem. So most contractors start at about 8 a.m. in the morning. So the complaints and calls come in from them, and it's just a hectic heyday from then on. And then I got to come home and deal with this guy.
Oh my God. The most joyous part of your day. I don't know what this means. Rayburn 127 says it's okay if you don't know, just say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Sidebars.
Yeah. Yeah, Woolstar needs to make an appearance. I've tried getting him over here. He's got, family problems and, his headaches and stuff. So I don't know. In other news, I'm Pootie Pie and I'll be arriving in a time machine. If Pootie Pie actually visited here, our ratings would definitely go up.
Someone said a Honda Salad something and another 84 Dad says I got 2 demon fish if you want them. If you want to drop them off, you are more than welcome to drop them off, and we will find them a great
We've
home.
never said no to any fish. We take in all fish. If we can, if there's something special and rare that we don't have, we keep here so that we can use for educational purposes. But if they're, just another run-of-the-mill like Oscars, we get Oscars all the time. We find them good homes, stuff like that. If it's a named family pet and I make a deal with you to keep it here, then we will, so that you can keep watching it grow and be on the cameras and the videos here.
Mark Lanes for $5 says hashtag a day in the life of Josh.
Right.
We'll get it done eventually. We got Rayburn 127 says, hi team, I'm using fenbendazole to treat for, I'm guessing it's columnaris.
Columnaris.
Will it affect the beneficial bacteria? If you follow the instructions on bottle, it should not, but if you overdose it, it's possible. Chris Trapp says, what is Tesla's diet? Cut fish. Just big chunks of fish. That is it. That is all. Bucky Dodonner says, please keep the piranha.
I'm trying to. The problem with the piranha is we have to associate a whole tank for just a piranha. We can't put nothing else in there. To justify that, it has to be something really special, maybe video worthy, where people will want to watch it and this and that kind of stuff. And, if it helps us make money on the YouTube, well, then it's worth keeping. But as far as now, we've given out every piranha we've gotten so far. We've got a list of people wanting them, and, what?
So that last thing that I read, instead of spelling columnaris, they spelled camelinus, and someone commented back and said, haha, camelinus. We got Robbie Strong for $10. Says, I hope to see you at Aquashella Ridge. Stay fishy. Also, Mara.
I'll be at the Fish Tubers booth. Our agreement with Fish Tubers is we need to be there 2 hours a day. Okay? I don't do that. I'm there all day, both days. So, come by the Fish Tubers booth. I'm there. I'll sign a thing for you. I'll give you some stickers. We'll hang out, take pictures, whatever you want. It's what I do for my following.
Yeah, so again, people, someone said that he means the worms. Camel
Right.
anus, and it's columnaris worms.
Camelinus.
Last question. Since the saltwater tank happened, is Josh's reptile tank happening? Nothing's happening until we get the perfect an animal. That tank is sitting empty for now.
No. Brett Raymer is coming here. Hey, he got a hold of me on my birthday, and he said he's coming here before Aquashella. And we're going to talk about turning that tank into a fish-only tank filled up, because he says the acrylic was made with way overbuilt with 1.25 inches, so it will hold the water. So we're going to talk about making that into a fish tank when Brett Raymer gets here, because he's the one that originally built it.
That'd be a great video.
Yeah, so he's going to be here in the next month and a half to 2 months before Aquashella, he said.
I might let this one slide. Alrighty, so with that being said, we enjoyed our time with you on Stay Fishy Friday. You guys can all catch us next week on yet another episode. And as always...
Wait, before you finish, Time Continuum says, John go and throw up? Joey, thanks for joining us, buddy. We'll see you at Aquashella for sure. Ride with you in the limo. Brett's going to be there from Tanked. We're going to have a good time. So, guys, loved hanging out with you. I've got a tour here, the Medina Aquarium Society. I got to go do. Of course, shut up, Roger. And as always, stay fishy, my friends.